What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video and welcome to your stimulus check update, stimulus package update, and news report for Tuesday, April 20th. Today, we actually have some very big news that we need to go over. First, we're going to address where we are currently at with the fourth stimulus check. Have some news there. We're going to talk about how private insurance companies could be actually sending you a rebate check very soon. I also want to go over the push from Democrats to get additional relief to Social Security recipients. This is actually a big one. This is one that we've been waiting for. I promise you, as soon as we get word that there is any push from lawmakers for Social Security, I was going to bring you that news, and that's exactly what I'm going to do today. And we are going to discuss where President Biden currently stands in his push for additional infrastructure. So there's a lot to cover. So let's get right into everything that is happening as of right now. First, as of right now, the talk surrounding the infrastructure bill, well, there's a lot of it. There's a lot of talks. Right now, we don't know exactly what's going to happen. Many lawmakers are pushing to get more into this bill because some say it's just too lean. We need to provide more, and it's going to take too long to actually see the economy recover. We know Democrats say that this is going to provide millions of additional jobs. However, Republicans combat that by saying that, yes, it is going to provide millions of additional jobs. However, it's going to take about 10 years to see all those jobs finally come back. And this is where some are saying that the United States needs help now. We cannot wait 10 years to see all this help finally arrive. By that time, even if President Biden were to run for re-election and get re-elected, he would be out of office before all these jobs actually come back. And so this is what some are saying, is that there is not really any urgency in Congress at this time, especially under the Biden administration. They seem like they are just taking a kind of backseat approach, waiting, watching, and then they're going to start to implement their different policies and agendas. Some say that is not the right move. Now, we currently have around 19 million people currently collecting some form of unemployment. A lot of people say that is too high for how far we've already been through this pandemic. We've already been in this pandemic for 1 year. You're probably getting tired of this. I know I am. I know many people are. But here's the issue. Around 2.5 million jobs that were lost because of this pandemic will not be coming back. So that just says 2.5 million people will have to go and find work elsewhere. Some are just going to leave the workforce entirely. Some will go and just not go and find work and will be pretty much unemployed forever. And some say this is a very bad situation. With this additional unemployment that we're seeing, what some are saying is that they are calling for additional unemployment benefits to go past the September 6th expiration date, because they're saying right now this is causing many issues and this will not end until this pandemic is over. We will see what happens there, but this is what is causing this additional push for a fourth stimulus check. Is some are saying that yes, we need a fourth stimulus check because right now infrastructure is going to take too long. Some say that the unemployment only rewards those that are currently unemployed and not working. It doesn't reward those that are working, that are trying to impact themselves and benefit their lives and better their children's lives and their family members' lives. It doesn't impact those that have had their wages cut, their hours reduced. It doesn't impact those people. Unemployment only rewards those that are not working. And that is a big issue. These experts also say the child tax credit is only rewarding those with children. And I've seen your comments. I read them all the time. And a lot of you guys are frustrated that why are parents the only ones that are going to get bailed out of this bad situation we're in? And lawmakers have seen this. Lawmakers hear what you're saying and they ask, why is that the case? The child tax credit is needed. It's going to lift, according to reports, about 50% of children out of poverty. However, what about the elderly that are currently living below the poverty line? Because many people that get Social Security benefits, they get so little that they're actually poor. They're under the poverty line. And this is from a federal level. That's huge. And this is where we're going to start to see this push. So I want to address that in a minute because this is big. This is big. What these lawmakers are calling for people, for Social Security recipients, this is big. All right, so I'm going to get to that in a minute. But here's what we know. Right now, the IRS has continued to send out these plus-up payments. So this is going to help out about 2 million additional people. About 2 million people are going to get this additional plus-up money. If you don't know what this is, it's simply the IRS has pretty much decided if you didn't qualify for all of your stimulus for 2020 because of what you made in 2019, if you didn't qualify for it, and they didn't send it out, but turns out after you filed your 2020 income taxes that you do qualify, they're going to send out the payment. And so right there, this is going to help out millions of people, about 2 million people. So this is going to help. You may get one of these checks. If you do, great. If not, don't worry. There's other stuff in the pipeline. Now, something else that could be coming to you very soon. When I say very soon, this is probably going to happen in the fall. All right, it's probably going to happen in the fall. So maybe very soon isn't the correct phrase, but this could be something that could help. Here's what we know. Recently, according to multiple reports, you may see this on Yahoo Finance as well. Recent reports came out that many insurance companies failed to meet the Affordable Care Act's medical loss ratio threshold for 2020. Now, you're probably thinking that's a bunch of mumbo jumbo. I don't know what you just said. Well, here's what this means. This means that these insurance companies are required, this is under the Affordable Care Act, okay? This is Obamacare. But this means is these companies are required to spend at least 80% of their annual premium revenues. And they need to do this or else they will have to send back some money or a rebate to their customers. Well, many companies didn't reach this threshold because a lot was due to the fact that companies were canceling elective procedures. Hospitals, clinics were canceling elective procedures. Some people were just opting out of routine care in order to avoid potential exposure. And a lot of insurance companies didn't meet their requirements. So because of this, they could be sending you a rebate check. Now, according to Yahoo Finance, just the other day, these insurance companies must issue these checks before the fall of 2021. So again, we could be seeing these in the next few weeks. We could see these in the next few months. We don't know, but some people are going to get these. According to Yahoo Finance, these payments could be anywhere between $95 and $299, according to the reports. But remember, not all insurance companies didn't meet this threshold. So some insurance companies might not be sending a check. So just be on the lookout. You may get a check back. You may not. If you're not sure what's in the envelope, just open it up. Okay, just open it up because this is where a lot of people have been throwing away their stimulus check, throwing away their prepaid debit cards because the mailer that comes in the envelope, it just doesn't look like anything. So they throw it away thinking it's junk mail. But it's really not junk mail. It's a $1,400 stimulus check or a $1,400 stimulus prepaid debit card. So again, just check your mail. Again, it may be junk after you open it up. If it is, throw it away. If it's not, you could probably use the money. So here's the big news I want to talk about, and this is something that I've been waiting for, honestly, for months. I've been waiting for this news for months. Here's what we know. A group of 10 lawmakers, this includes Senators Bernie Sanders, Ron Wyden, and Elizabeth Warren. What we know is they are urging President Biden to include additional relief to Social Security recipients. They say that during President Biden's campaign, he promised additional help to Social Security recipients. He said he would provide $200 per month as a boost for 1 year, for one full year, for all of 2021. That's this year. And yet Social Security recipients have received nothing. They have not received anything as far as a boost outside of the stimulus checks of $1,400. But a lot of people didn't get the $600 check because they were not independent filers. They were filing, or they were a dependent on somebody else's tax return, which was a big deal because adult dependents didn't get the $600, which a lot of lawmakers are saying, President Biden, you promised $2,000 stimulus checks, but yet you found the loophole and only provided $1,400, yet former President Donald Trump provided the other 6. That's what equaled the 2,000. However, some lawmakers are calling him out saying, well, yes, you did provide $1,400 stimulus checks, and if you couple that with 600 equals 2,000. That's perfectly fine. But adult dependents only got 1,400. They did not get the other 600. And so that's the issue, is why did we not provide the additional $600? Because adult dependents are saying, well, I'm not going to vote for him again because he absolutely lied. He lied just to get into the Oval Office. He lied. So we're not going to vote for him again. That's what a lot of adult dependents are saying on Twitter. And I know a lot of older people don't really use Twitter, but that's what we're kind of hearing at this time. So that, again, it's a big deal. When it comes to this election, this midterm election 2022, Democrats are saying we have to fight for every single vote. Every single vote's going to matter. And this year, I think it will. So here's what we know. This group of lawmakers are not only asking for additional relief for Social Security recipients, they're asking for specific things. So here's what this group of lawmakers is asking President Biden for. And they actually asked this in a letter they sent him just, 4 days ago. They want to raise benefit levels above the federal poverty line. That's very big, because right now most people it's under like $749 is, I think, the average of what some of these people are getting. And let me know, if you are on Social Security, how much do you get? Let me know down in the comment section below. I believe the federal poverty line is right about $1,000. I think it's right about $1,000. So don't quote me on that. If you know the exact federal poverty line, let me know. You can always answer that down in the comment section below. I'd highly appreciate that. Now, this group of lawmakers is also asking for an increase to the Social Security SSI asset limit and index it to inflation going forward. They also want to update income exclusions to include them to inflation going forward. And this is something that's pretty big, because the rate, this rate that was established, the $85 per month, okay, you can get $85 per month left over. And with that, you don't have to pay I think it's $1 for every $2 you make over, or something like that. But this rate was established in 1962. So we're 60 years, almost 60 years later, and the rate is still the same. But this group of lawmakers are saying if this was indexed with inflation, this $85 per month that people on SSI are to get, this would actually be $745 per month. That is a big difference. $85, it can go a little ways. It can buy a meal. It can, pay for additional, medications if you need it. Buy a birthday present if you have a grandkid that has a birthday. But $745, that's big. That can actually do something. There's opportunity. There's potential there. And so here's what we know. And I'm excited. I'm excited that this group of lawmakers is pushing for this, because I've been saying this for months, that right now I personally believe the group that has been left out for this entire pandemic has been the elderly, people on SSI, SSDI, veterans. Those are the people that have been left behind. And that is messed up. That is completely wrong, that is the way this country is working. So I think this is great. This should have been one of the provisions included in the previous bill or the past 2 bills. I think this should have been in there. But this is something they are talking about, discussing, to potentially get this into the infrastructure bill. So let's dive into the infrastructure bill, because here's what we know. Right now, President Biden is finding it very difficult to get enough support for his plan. Some say he's actually providing too little. Some say he's providing too much. Others say that they will not support this because it doesn't have a clear-cut way as to how this is going to get paid for, other than let's just tax the wealthy. Yesterday, President Biden stated he's prepared to compromise on his framework and how the bill will be paid for. And this is big. This is big news, because if he's willing to compromise, then lawmakers can come in, provide their kind of details, their ideas, and hopefully multiple lawmakers can put these ideas together. Maybe it goes into committees, who knows, and then they can finally get something done. And then we can see some type of accomplishment. But from what I see, as of right now, there won't be enough support to get this bill even passed under a budget reconciliation. That only needs 51 votes in the Senate. It's going to struggle to get passed through the House, which I believe as of right now can only lose 2 votes. If they lose 2 votes, if Democrats lose 2 votes in the House, this bill will not pass. And that's a huge, huge deal because Democrats keep losing. They keep losing seats. They keep struggling. Now, here's what we know. Right now, what lawmakers want to see is they want to see additional relief added. They want to see certain provisions cut. And they want to see how all this is going to be paid for. But right now, this seems like it's a very difficult task to ask anybody to accomplish because President Biden wants to see all this done with bipartisan support. And right now, Republicans say no, that we do not support any bill over $2 trillion. But when you ask Republicans how much they support, it's under $1 trillion. And then what we know and what we found out yesterday is that President Biden is going to be unveiling his American Families Plan, which is going to top out around $1 trillion. So we got Republicans on one hand that say, okay, we'll pass something between $600 and $800 billion. They're perfectly fine with that. But then you got Democrats who want to be right about $3.25 trillion. And so you got the two sides that are about $2.5 trillion away from each other. That's big. I don't see that gap narrowing anytime soon. But here's what I can tell you. Right now, I don't expect any breaking news anytime soon to happen on this infrastructure bill. I honestly don't. I think lawmakers have too much work. They have too much stuff on their hands at this point. They got the Derek Chauvin trial. They got that going on. They're going to talk about police reform. Democrats want to vote on a bill, especially in the House. They want to vote on a bill to do DC statehood. So again, there's a lot going on. It's not just infrastructure. It's not just stimulus. There's a lot going on right now in the United States. But as always, as I know more, I promise I will come back and share more. But let's get into some of the other news for today. Right now, the U.S. is seeing more COVID vaccines being administered, yet experts say, and they are warning us that cases are increasing and hospitalizations are on the rise once again. But all this is due to the fact that people are getting tired of being cooped up, stuck in their homes, stuck in their, at work, cannot go visit, have to wear a mask. There's people that are out there that haven't seen their family members for over a year. The weather's getting nicer. Experts say that as the weather warms up, the likelihood of catching COVID actually goes down because you're not cooped up inside of a house or a school or an office building. People also want to travel. People want to go and see their friends and family members that they haven't seen for a year. And so because of all this is what experts are saying is contributing to the increase in cases. And currently we are seeing an increase of around 25% from a 7-day average this time 1 month ago. And that's where experts say is scary. That is a scary situation to be in because if this is the new normal, we might see COVID cases, just be steady, at 50,000, 60,000 cases per day. And that's too much. That's too much at this time. We also know that CVS, the pharmacy, they will begin selling 3 different over-the-counter COVID tests, 2 of which are going to be rapid tests. You can actually get the results back in about 15 minutes. But as of right now, many people say that they don't need a COVID test. They just want to resume their normal life. But experts say, no, you should get tested regularly. You should go and get the vaccine. You should be, washing your hands, social distancing, and obviously wearing a mask. So what we know as of right now is this is here to stay. We aren't going to see this go away anytime soon, but honestly, as I know more news, more information, more about stimulus, more about COVID and the vaccines, I promise I will keep you updated on all of it. I just want to thank you guys for watching today's video. Hopefully you have a wonderful rest of your day. Consider subscribing. Also hit that like button if you enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you guys on the next one.